feed these guys. Put something out on a Sunday. Oh yeah, gotta do that. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. We're excellent. On a Sunday. Like what? He hasn't put out anything? I am now. Look, I was sitting here on Pharaonics looking at some articles. I need to spend more time on it too. They got some interesting articles, especially when it comes to Linux. Yeah. So what I got for you guys? Let's see. We talking about this Vulkan and Radv. I pulled some articles up. Listen to this. It says here Vulkan. FFmpeg AV1 Vulkan encoder patch notes. It says while the FFmpeg multimedia merged Vulkan video encode support last year, it was initially limited to H.264 and H.265 format. With the new patch posted for review this week, AV1 code support using the Vulkan video API is now underway. It says FFmpeg developer Lin, who has been responsible for most of Vulkan video work to this open source multimedia project, was the one to also come up with the AV1 Vulkan encoder support. And it says the patch post on the FFmpeg development list this week had Vulkan AV1 encoder support to Liba via codec using the Vulkan video native acceleration API with the VKKHR video encode AV1 extension. It says hopefully this 1.5 line of new code will soon be managed to FFmpeg Git. So yeah, they got 12 comments in this section. So there's the commenters and debaters like to sound off in that section. Here's another piece of Vulkan news. It says here in Radv, that is. It says here open source Radv driver begins working to improve AMD RDNA 4 ray tracing performance. It says here while the Radeon RX 97 series as the first of AMD's RDNA 4 graphics card to perform well on Linux, the one area the performance has been less enticing remains with Vulkan ray tracing while using the Mesa Radv driver. For example, AMD VLK versus Radv on the RX 9070 series shows the Mesa driver struggling with ray tracing compared to the official AMD driver, but the good news is there a concert effort now to improve AMD RDNA 4 ray tracing performance with Radv. Coin Stanton Surer, who is a contractor for Valve and working on Mesa Radv driver, has begun focusing on RDNA 4 GFX12 ray tracing performance and the work needed to get the performance in better shape. Merge today was the step in that journey with switching to the BVH8 format and on the AMD GFX 12 RDNA 4 hardware. The German open source developer explained in that merge request, this is the first big step towards good ray tracing performance on GFX 12 since it adds support for new BVH formats. I don't expect this MR to improve performance by much, if at all, on its own. It does not use some hardware capabilities and is suboptimal in a lot of places. I decide to land the initial support before looking into performance improvement because it's quite a lot of code with countless possibilities of introducing regression. Then it says, so this is just the first step in the direction of better AMD RDNA 4 Vulkan ray tracing performance. At least one of the Valve developers working on it. This improved ray tracing performance for these newest discrete GPUs will hopefully materialize sooner than later. The work is coming too late for Mesa 25.1 that was branched yesterday, but hopefully all of this RDNA 4 ray tracing work will be settled by the time Mesa 25.2 is out as a stable in August. Yeah, and there's 26 comments on that, so politicians are just sounding off on that. Now here's another one. Says here Mesa 25.1 RC release with AMD RDNA 4. Lots of Radv and Intel ANV addition. And it says Erika Ingerstorm is once again stepping up to manage the next quarterly Mesa driver feature release, and thus today we have on the time branching of Mesa 25.1 from Mesa get an already release of Mesa 25.1. This release brings many improvement to the collection of open source OpenGL Vulkan driver that should be ready for the stable debut in May. Mesa 25.1 brings a number of improvements for the Radeon RX 9000 series RDNA 4/GFX 12 support, numerous new Intel ANV and Radv Vulkan driver extension, newer ARMS Mali 4th gen hardware support in PanFrost and PanVK. The Intel Linux driver will be less restrictive over RAM use, deprecating Gallium 9, various Intel XE/Battlemate graphics improvement. Clover is deprecated in favor of Rust CL Vulkan ray tracing support for Venus driver, Chromium VA API support, GML lib for Radeon SI driver, in working on HDR video, Wayland color management for the Vulkan WSI, continuing to build out the NVK Vulkan API capabilities, low latency encode for the Radv Vulkan video handling, and a variety of other new features with performance optimization. And then it says the brief release announcement of Mesa 25.1 RC can be found on the mailing list. Weekly release candidates of Mesa are expected to continue until Mesa 25.1 is ready for release sometime in May, depending on how the rest of the release cycle plays out. Yeah, that Radv and Vulkan, they're busy, boy. a lot of updates coming with that. Here's another one. Let's see, FFmpeg FV1 Vulkan decoder, now 3x faster on AMD GPUs. And then it says merge last month to the widely used FF open source multimedia library was on initial Vulkan based decoder for the FF Video 1 lossless video coding format. Should be interesting in using the FFV1 decoder on AMD GPUs. There's a report that 3x performance improvement with the newest code. Prominent FFmpeg developer Lin, who has been working on many of the Project Vulkan video, initially merged a lot of Vulkan FV1 improvement this week, and among the work now enabling FV1 acceleration on the hardware, there's also various optimization. And they say here the work most interesting of this recent patch culminates with Vulkan FV1 adds cache symbol reader for AMD. The Git speaks of itself, and then it says Vulkan FV1 adds cache symbol reader for AMD, speed up everything on AMD by 3x. And then it says this uses 32 local invocations to load state into cache, as well as to do the RCT faster. It's quite improvement for those waiting to make use of Vulkan acceleration for FV1 videos on AMD Radeon GPUs. Yeah, that Vulkan, man, got 20 comments in that article, man. And yeah, they're just sounding off on that. What else we got here? see what else we got here. What else we got here? I'll get out of there. I think I just did this one. Okay, here's the other one. AMD RDNA 4 pairs with context red feature emerged for Radv to potential help performance. And then it says after various commits to Mesa 25.1 in recent days, in preparing for a new pair context register feature of AMD RDNA 4 GFX12, the feature today is wired up for Radeon Vulkan driver Radv. With the upcoming Mesa 25.1 release, this feature has the possibility of helping performance for new AMD RDNA 4 hardware, but the performance benefit at this time aren't clear. Radv leader developer Samuel Petoiset of Valve Linux graphics driver team has been working on this new performance feature with AMD RDNA 4 graphics with the Radeon RX 9070 series. Petoiset explains, CP is very slow on GFX12 and parsing the packet header in the main bottleneck using paired context red reduce the number of packets headers, and it should be more optimal. Says here, it doesn't seem worth when only one context reg emits one packet header in the same number of D words or when consecutive context reg or emit would increase the number of D words. So the command processor CPU is very slow on the new AMD GPU, and paired with context registers should help reduce the main bottleneck. Yeah, and it says here, this merge today landed the support for the Radv Vulkan driver to use paired context reg when optimal slave, but as brought up in the benchmark on the merge request, in the few tests done so far, there doesn't appear to be any solid benefit of this feature, at least in its current state. As wired up for Radv, we'll see if future driver improvement makes this paired context register feature more worthwhile or not. In any event, the initial enablement is now placed in Mesa 25.1, due out later this quarter. Separately, also merged today is a fix for RDNA 4 /RX 970 series to avoid potential CPU hangs or corruption garbage issues after suspend and resume on Linux. Yeah, I got 4 comments on this. Yeah, I'm just catching up on this Radv Vulkan situation. What else I got here? Then I got 2 more articles after this. It says here, Radv now emulates ray tracing by default for older AMD GPUs for newer games. It says Mesa Radeon Vulkan driver Radv is now exposing the emulated ray tracing support by default for older AMD Radeon GPU, even without any form of hardware accelerated ray tracing in order to run the new Indiana Jones game. It turns out even the emulated RT mode is fast enough to allow various older Radeon graphics card to be playable with this title. Natalie Bach was landed the change to expose the emulated Vulkan ray tracing extension by default when running Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. TGC Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was released for Windows back in December and powered by the motor engine. It requires ray tracing support, but it turns out Radv emulates support is good enough for allowing older GPUs to enjoy this action-adventure game. And then it says, Bach explained in the merge request, various people have been playing Indiana Jones Great Circle. Radv perf test emulates RT on the GFX9, GFX10. RT support is required to launch the game, and performance is okay even with emulated, so enable it by default to make the game playable for everyone running older GFX810 GPUs. Then it says AMD GFX8 is for the Polaris GPU along with volcanic islands and Arctic islands. Amazing to see AMD Radeon RX 480/580 Polaris GPU still working for newer games on Linux. This change is now in Mesa 25.1 Devel, while those current Mesa release with older Radeon GPUs can always set the Radv perf test emulate RT environments variable to achieve the same behavior. Yeah, 15 comments on that article, so yeah, people are just sounding off, man. Anyway, got one more article after this one, and let's see what I got here. I'm just catching up on this Vulkan Radv stuff. Anyway, says here Blender is looking for help testing maturing Vulkan backend. With the recent release of Blender 4.4, it brought many improvements to the Vulkan backend, but is still being treated as an experimental. But they hope to make their Vulkan render production ready this year. And in order to do that, they need more help from the community in testing it. Blender is encouraging testing users to test out the Vulkan backend using current Blender 4.5 alpha builds. Blender developers are working on validating the Vulkan backend to become an official supported backend, and most recently they have been focusing on enhancing performance of it. Then it says with the current experimental backend, Vulkan is used rather than OpenGL for drawing the user interface and EEVEE handling. This change though isn't about using the Vulkan API for cycles engines. Those interested in testing out the current Vulkan backend with Blender 4.5 development builds can learn more about the current state and call for feedbacks via devtalk.blender.org. And there's 7 comments on this, so yeah, these guys are just going off in the comment section. And the last one, yeah, this Radv and it says Radv lands workaround for buggy his/HIZ/HIS on AMD RDNA 4 GPUs. It says here hardware bugs and drivers workaround are unfortunately nothing new, and with RDNA 4/GFX12 there's special treatment needed around the his/his feature that are important for performance. Linux graphics driver engine Samuel Patoyas with Valve has landed a workaround for buggy his/his on GFX12 RDNA 4. Radeon RX 970 series hangs were experimented with The Last of Us Part 1, that's TLOU1, and the track down due to the bug HIZ. It says it turns out that Radeon SI Gallium driver and AMD PAL code for AMD VLK already have a similar workaround in place for the buggy HIZ/HIS on RDNA 4 GPUs. In one of the code comment on the now merged Mesa Radv code, Patoyas explained the situation as on GFX12 his HIZ/HIS is buggy and can cause random GPU hangs. There are basically 2 alternatives: disable HIZ/HIS completely, which is the safest workaround, but this is known to decrease performance. Emit a dummy bottom of pipe of bottom dash off dash or underscore pipe underscore TS after every draw, which should work around the hang and maintain a performance. It says here thus the latter option is preferred in the name of performance. And then it says this merge now in Mesa 25.1 Devel should be backported to Mesa 25.0. Points release soon takes care of this buggy HIZ/HIS behavior for GFX12 and RDNA 4 GPU. So if you were encountering hangs with any game on the new Radeon RX 970 series with Radv, it may be worthwhile trying out the very newest Mesa code. Okay, and that is that. So that's all your Mesa, that's all your Radv and Vulkan news. So that should do it. So for now, till next time. So there's 0 comments on this article, so I'll leave all the articles in the description box. So yeah, so that should help you for now. But figure I'll put that out there for you guys, since I was on Phonics reading up on some stuff, reading up on some articles, see what's going on in the Linux world. So yeah. Anyway, but hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek thing, board, dark section. I'm gone. Peace.